Welcome back. We are doing another podcast episode today. And today we will be talking about cosplay, and the culture behind it and the differences between cosplaying in real life versus cosplaying online, doing stuff like TikTok and everything like that. So today, joining us, we've got Aisha, Uni, Glix, and Georgia. So I'm going to jump in to the call and you guys can meet everyone, I suppose. How about that? Hello.
Get the shit out of here. I'm not ready for that.
The fear on Uni's face just then.
Dude, I'm playing Honkai Star Rail. I'm not paying attention. Please.
Oh my god. Okay, guys, don't make me laugh, I swear to god.
I'm sorry. No, I'm
All
not.
right. So let me just get it up on my phone real quick so I can actually see the proper list and everything we need. All right, so we're going to start with some introductions for the stream and the eventual YouTube video. So, Aisha, would you like to go first?
Hold on. Jesus Christ. Listen, being a cosplayer is not easy. No, including with anxiety.
You got this, bestie.
Sorry. No, I forgot what to say.
All right.
I'm so
So
sorry.
just say your name, your pronouns, and a bit why you're on the podcast today.
I don't know why I'm embarrassed. Jesus Christ. You want me to go first? Because I can go first if you want. Yeah. Okay. Hi, I'm Uni. I'm UniX's everywhere on like social media, and I'm super high school level Kazuichi on TikTok. And my pronouns are they, them, and I'm here to talk about the lovely world of cosplay because, as you can tell, I'm a cosplayer. I'm also cosplaying Hatsune Miku, but I feel like that's very fucking obvious because, like, who doesn't know Hatsune Miku?
No, watch, there's gonna be like someone in the stream who is just very like, they're very
Confused, just like,
underground, you
who the
know,
fuck
and
is
they're
this
like,
dude, bitch?
who are these people? Like,
I don't know who I am. It's fine. It's okay.
all right, let's go the opposite way up the list. Georgia, would you like to go next?
Okay. My name is
Purple.
Georgia. I go by she, her, and I'm Zinc Dummy everywhere. Don't ask why. And I am here because I cosplay, which is shocking considering I'm the only one not in cosplay right now, but ignore that too.
No, it's okay. I'm not in cosplay either, besties.
I didn't know that we were cosplaying until like 10 minutes before, and then I was
Neither
like,
did-
yelling
I
to you
didn't
guys.
either.
It's
I
okay.
didn't-
I woke up and I got a message from Uni going, Rain, cosplay. I'm cosplaying. I want you to
Please
cosplay. And then I messaged Aisha,
No.
and Aisha was like, yes, cosplay, do it. And then I'm like, no, it's too
No,
cold.
I messaged you because I was like, I don't know who's cosplaying, and I was like, I don't want to be the only one who's cosplaying. But then as soon as Aisha was like, okay, I'm gonna cosplay, I'm like, okay, I'm cosplaying then. And this was like an hour before stream started.
They were
I had
both
to rush to do my
rushing.
makeup and everything. I've never gotten in cosplay faster. You don't understand.
I spent like an hour before stream fixing a wig, and then I was just too lazy to do it by the
That
end.
is valid, honestly. All right, Glix, would you like to go next?
Yeah, sure. Hi. I'm Glix or Sarah. I use any pronouns. I am cosplaying Mary Saltame from Kakegurui.
Yes.
And I'm here to talk about cosplay, talk about things that people may not know about at, face value.
Hell yeah.
You should have told me I would have cosplayed Yumiko. I would have brought her out.
No.
I was like, who do I do? Do I do Miku, Nene? Do I do like Yumiko? And I was like, okay, I'll just do Miku. But like, damn, it's okay.
Damn,
we'll
we
plan
could have
better
always
next
had
time.
matching.
Next time.
Oh,
Next time. We'll
No.
plan better next time.
Real.
I'll have to do a cosplay part 2.
Real.
And Aisha, if you would like to go.
I'm ready. Sorry. Hi, I'm Aisha, also known as Bubba B. That's quite literally all my platforms now. So I go by I go by she, they. I do not give a shit. And yeah, like everyone else has said, I'm also here to talk about cosplay and the other shit that comes with it. So yeah.
Hell yeah. And for anyone who may be new and don't know me, my name is Rain. I use they or any pronouns. And I've been cosplaying for a few years. I started out like sort of cosplaying on TikTok back in like 2019, but I was one of those hardcore OC cosplayers. So I just had a bunch of my own characters that I did. And now
I've
I'm
seen them.
starting to like get back into cosplaying some actual really cool fun characters. And I'm sorry I don't have Viper on for you guys today because it is too cold and I don't want my nipples poking out of the screen.
Band-aids, bro, band-aids. If one thing being in ballet taught me, it's band-aids.
Oh man.
Is that why you have so many at Anime North?
Yeah. I come prepared.
I
I'm
ended
the
up using,
mom
like, half
con
of them.
friend. Yeah, I'm the mom con friend. I like pack. I have Advil. I have Reactin. I have like thousands of fucking
No,
band-aids,
that is
different sizes.
literally
Like, I'm
me,
ready to
though.
go.
That is literally
Me
have
too,
makeup,
honestly, but I was
I'm like-
vastly unprepared for Anime North.
Yeah, I know. That's why I come prepared because I'm
Not
like,
even
I
gonna
know
deny
I'll be
it.
prepared and I can support my friends as well.
Oh man. Alright. So I think on that topic, I would like to start off this podcast with a lighter, happy note. Start off with a fun topic. And let's talk about how we do things at conventions, if any, like for whoever's been to an actual convention. Let's talk about the fun of
I've been to
cosplaying.
many.
I've been to a few.
I've been to a
I'm actually
couple.
going. We're
Only
me and
cosplayed once.
Me and Georgia are actually going to one at the end of August. We're going to Anime North, or no, fuck, Anime North already happened. Fan
We're
Expo.
going to Fan
my bad.
Expo.
I was about to say bestie.
We're going to Fan Expo. Listen, I can feel the wig headache coming on already, and it's only been like 20 minutes. But yeah, we're going to Fan Expo. We're going full weekend, and me and Georgia have 2 duo cosplays lined up, and then I'm doing a duo cosplay with one of my friends from school.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
I'm so excited.
We were trying to go to PAX Australia again at the end of the year
Yeah.
in October. Because that's what we did last year, and I did a Viper cosplay. Like on one of the days we ended up actually having a really cool group cosplay going on. We met up with one of our other friends. So we did a full Valorant sort of line up. And we had me
saw the
as
pictures.
Viper, Connor as Yoru, and Blue as Killjoy.
Killjoy.
And then we also walked around the con and we found a few chambers and a few skies. It was like really cool.
I know the best part of like going to cons is like seeing other people who are like cosplaying from the same like thing.
Right.
Like I know at Anime North, me and Georgia, I did Hatsune Miku and she did Haruka from Project Sekai, and they had like a photo shoot for like Vocaloid / Project Sekai, and we went to that, met so many people,
Oh my
and
god.
like even now, like I made last minute plans with one of the people we met at that, and we're doing because Sunday for Fan Expo, me and my friend we're doing Atsushi and Octagawa from Bungo Stray Dogs, and I was texting with this one person, and they're like, "Oh, we have Bungo Stray Dogs cosplays too. Let me change my lineup." So now it's gonna be 4 of us, and they're gonna do Yosono and Rampo. So I'm like, I'm so excited. It's like
I'm gonna be Kave.
you're doing Kave that day.
I'm just gonna be there.
It's okay. We love you. You're gonna slay.
Just gonna
I-
be in the
I am.
background
Georgia,
like,
I
"Hi, I'm
built
here."
this
made-
prop.
Oh my god, can you please
Made
stop
like
that?
Suitcase.
what's it called, the suitcase
Yes.
for Kave, and I'm really excited to see it.
It's beautiful. I need to do some touch-ups on it though, because I forgot to paint the sides.
Valid. I still need to get my Atsushi cosplay together. I have not styled that wig. It's all sitting somewhere over there in that mess of my room.
I just fixed my Maki wig for Fan Expo.
I
have
still need to fix my
painting.
Shuichi wig. Oopsies.
It's
Good
okay.
job.
At least it's just the wig. I have your costume for you.
Yeah, you have half the costume. But yeah. I'm excited.
The first con I went to was back in like, what was it, 2016. That was the first time I ever went to an actual big con, and that was PAX Australia as well. And that was the first time that I sort of actually saw all these amazing cosplays like in person, and I just stood there looking at everyone, and both me and my mum were like, whoa, this is amazing. Like the shit that people did, like, oh my god, it was insane, the cosplays that we saw. And it was like that first experience that made me sit there and go, hang on, I want to do this. I'm creative. I want to do this too. And then I just never had motivation or time or money.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
All
And
the
plus,
time.
I lived in like the north of Australia where there is nothing that happens. There was no conventions, like nothing would ever happen. So I never had like a community of like cosplayers, like, or friends who cosplayed or anything like that. So I never really got into it until like I got into TikTok. And then I literally just started pulling random clothes out of my wardrobe and just created characters.
Yeah. I think the first two cons I went to, like the first two times I didn't cosplay, but I really wanted to, and it wasn't until like TikTok, like that's when I first started cosplaying. And then I wore my first cosplay to a con, which I think was Kirishima, actually, from My Hero Academia. I did the school uniform. And then the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
So, and then the first cosplay I brought back after was Nene from Toilet Bound, which was fun. And then I go to because we have 3 cons that happen in Toronto. I go to all 3 of them now with all my friends, and I actually have cosplays because I actually have money now, so it's great. I work and I get to have fun.
I really need to
Expensive
finish my
hobby.
Raven cosplay because that was meant to be.
You do. I was
meant
disappointed
to
when we didn't
do
finish it.
that when I did Viper because we went for the full 3 days at PAX last year. So I was gonna do Raven and Viper for 2 of the days. But then a lot of shit happened, and I was like, and then plus my Viper cosplay, it was so fucking cold to wear alone that I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna do Raven. Plus, it's not finished, so I'm just gonna like leave her on hold right now.
Yeah, valid. I'm lucky that all of our 1 con happens in March, but it's all indoors, so it's like you
And
can
it's too
wear
hot
like
inside anyways.
yeah, it's really hot inside too. And then the other 2, one happens in May and then one happens at end of August. So the one that happens in May though, it's half outdoors and half indoors, and there's no air conditioning inside. So you're like limited to like what you can wear. So like I've like made a pack because like last year, or was it last? Yes, last year, Anime North, because of the pandemic, they pushed it, so it didn't happen until like June, July, something like that. And I decided to wear Dazai from Bungo Stray Dogs. So dress pants, long trench coat with a bunch of layers,
Oh,
and it was
God.
brutal. Like
Oh,
me and my friend
no.
Tetsuya, we fucking died. We like I didn't wear the wig because I was like I'm gonna like lose my mind wearing a wig in that heat, but like it was. And even the second day when I did a killer T cell, and I switched it to a black skirt instead of black pants, I still died in that. It was bad. It's like so now I only wear like short sleeve. Like I wore Hatsune Miku to Anime North this year because
we
I was
were
like,
still
okay,
dying.
like, and we were still dying. But yeah,
I was literally in a tank top because that's like what Haruka's is, and I was dying.
me
I've
too.
seen like so many insane cosplays where I'm looking at the person and I'm like, how are you not dead under all that?
Oh, I
there
saw like a
was
bunch of
one-
Venti cosplayers at Anime North, and I have cosplayed Venti, and I know that he is a winter only cosplayer, so I'm extremely impressed that they wore him to Anime
There's
North.
one cosplayer, and I've seen him. I see him every year at Anime North, and he's in like a full like. My friends know what he's from, what like show he's from or anime, but he's in like this decked out like a full suit of armor, and like with the sword and everything. And I'm like, how the fuck are you not dying under that? Like, how are you alive in there?
That's like last year Fan Expo, I saw like full animatronic version of Monty Gator walking down the street, and I was like, it's 30 degrees out. How are you not dead?
It's bad. Like, I'm kind of glad that our cons are like in the summer, so we're not freezing our ass off. But like when they happen outside, it's like you're just dying in the heat. There's fucking wig. I'm gonna find wig hair everywhere. It's irritating me already. It's like, ugh.
I'm trying to find some photos so I can show you guys and show the stream as well. From PAX last year, because we did some really amazing cosplays, and we actually, so many people wanted to take photos with me.
Oh,
And that was
same,
the
me
first
and-
time, because that's the first time I've actually ever cosplayed at a con. I was standing there and I was like, you want to take a photo with me? Like, what? Why?
That's what happened with me in Georgia at Anime North. I've never had people come up and ask me for pictures, and then as soon as I stepped into the con, like I didn't even have my ticket yet, right? I still had my bags, like I was still like half like getting ready. I didn't. Oh, I forgot the fucking sleeves. God damn it! I knew I was missing something. I didn't even have sleeves on. I literally just walked into the con. Like I just had put my pigtails on and everything, right? And immediately people were like, "Can we get pictures with you?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure."
It was
okay.
the same thing
And
for
then-
me, but we were coming from opposite sides of the con too, so we kept being
Yeah.
like, okay, wait, I'll be there in a second, and then we kept getting stopped for photos on
Yeah.
opposite ends.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, I'll be there in a second, but like a million people
And I
are
had
asking me
no
for
idea where I
pictures.
was going either.
Yeah, and then we met up, and then people kept asking us for more. Dude, that's the first time I've ever had anybody ask for us for pictures, and I was like, and it was a lot of people too.
We even got
The-
interviewed by this one guy at the
Oh
meetup.
yeah, we
The
made it
first
into
how
person
was
to
the how was
ask-
the interview?
thumbnail too.
Oh man,
It was a little
imagine
bit awkward.
the
What
first
was
was
person.
like the question?
Oh yeah, what was it?
They were just like, oh, who are you cosplaying? Like, what are they from? Like, how much was your cosplay? Just shit like that. It was like very like just more about the cosplay.
Yeah, okay.
It was really weird, but like it was whatever. But like we were not expecting. We also made it on the thumbnail too.
Yeah, we're like the
we're
Oh yeah, that was the
of
one that you
vlog.
tweeted about.
I've sent this to you, Ray.
Yeah.
I've sent this to you, Ray. Because I was like, but yeah. See
I
if you have
think
any-
taking photos and like getting asked photos like randomly always surprises me, because it's like, why do you want to take photos with me out of
legit.
all the amazing other cosplayers?
Wait,
But
let me.
then I
Yeah.
was like, end up being very flattered, and like I get like really flustered and shy. I'm like, you want to take me?
I had someone who was in a really good Viper cosplay ask me for a photo, and I stood there and I was like, "But you're the better Viper. Why do you want a photo with me?"
Literally, I was like, I'm like, it's like so nice though, like to be like have people ask you for pictures, and I'm like, really, like me? Out of all the fucking Mikus that are at this con right now, you want one with me?
Right.
And I'm like, it's just so. Okay, hold on, I'm finding pictures of.
The first person that asked me for a photo, she was amazing. She was so friendly. She was like, "Can I please get a photo with you guys?" And both me and Blue were there, and we were both like, "Yeah, sure." And I just stood there, and after she walked away, I turned to Blue and I was like, "Did she really just like get a photo with us? Like, what just happened? Like, people want photos with us?" And then two more people like walked up, and I kept turning to Blue and Ishi and like going, like, "What's happening? Why are people taking photos with us?" And Blue's like, "Welcome to your first con experience as a cosplayer."
Literally,
Yeah.
that was the first con I've ever had any, because I've cosplayed
Here we
twice
go.
before at this point at cons.
I'm gonna show
But-
chat the photos.
Never, like, I've never had people ask me for pictures until Anime North. And now
Alright.
I'm expecting people to ask us for pictures at a fan expo too, which I'm really excited for, because I'm really proud of how like the cosplays are, and I'm like so excited.
Oh, me too. I keep having this reoccurring dream where I show up to Fan Expo with literally nothing, and I have to call my mom to be like, "Hey, can you drop my stuff up in Toronto because I was stupid?"
Oh god, that'd be a nightmare.
okay.
Imagine going all the way to a convention and not like having your stuff.
You didn't
That'd
even
be
bring anything.
Oh
rough.
god. Thankfully, the only
yeah,
two
I'm
times I've been at a big convention, my mum has been there with us, so at least I know that I'm covered, because she makes sure to be very covered.
That's me. I'm the mom friend at the con. I've got, dude, my backpack has seen some
You
shit.
bring a
It
school
goes
backpack.
like This was my like 8th grade school. I don't use it as a school bag anymore. I just use it like as my work bag now. Like I use it for whatever shit. But dude, that backpack goes through it. Like it takes me. I have a spare change of shoes if my shoes are uncomfortable. I have band-aids, I have like medications, I have like brush, mirrors, like makeup to like touch up. I
I
have
really need to
pins,
do the
clips, I got
shoes thing.
everything.
No, but it's
Yeah,
good to
'cause
have like some sort of emergency bag because even if you don't need something inside, someone else,
you
like a
never know what
friend or
other people
Yeah.
something,
need,
Or even
right?
just a
right? Or not
random
even a friend,
cosplayer
maybe
you
sometimes
meet.
a
Like,
stranger would be like, "Hey,
yeah,
like I see
Yeah.
you're a cosplayer. Do you have bobby pins? Like my wig's falling." And then it's
yeah.
like,
Or like, hey, I
I can
accidentally
help
got
you.
snagged on something. I've got a hole in my shirt. Do you have like any
Right.
sewing shit? Like,
Yeah, I don't keep sewing stuff on me. I have a sewing needle on me, but that's to fucking because I wear I don't have them on right now because I'm like actually needing to use my computer, but I put fake nails on and so like I have like a needle for like to get through the
oh
super glue
yeah.
basically because it like clogs a little bit, so I have to like just sit there and like fucking that's but yeah. Like I don't know, I just come prepared like for me normally, but like also it's just like I don't mind if like other people need it too. Like again, when we went to Anime North, Georgia was like, "Dude, I need band-aids," and I'm like, "Don't worry, I got you." Like I pull out a bag and I just have a bunch of fucking band-aids. I was like, "Here,
It
take
always
your
makes
pick."
me laugh seeing like the size difference between our bags because I have like a tiny little Loungefly Eevee bag.
Yeah, Georgia just takes like those like
Uh,
little like those like little like character bags you see at like EB or like GameStop and stuff like that.
yeah.
Like that's what she has, and I have this like huge fucking like backpack just filled to the brim with shit. It's great.
Oh
And then I normally
man.
dump my bag onto one of my guy friends because I'm like, here, carry it.
Me
And
with
they just
Connor.
end up carrying it for the rest of the time.
Connor will forever be my bag guy.
Oh!
No, I
Just get one of
started
my guy
wanting
friends
to
to
take stuff to cons, like to be prepared to, like, not only for myself but to help people. Because it was a while back I saw this one chick on TikTok. She doesn't go to cons to cosplay. She goes to cons wearing this really huge sign that basically says like she's the fix it lady, you know, if your
Oh, like, yeah,
cosplay
we have.
yeah, if your cosplay is breaking, go to her and she'll help you sew it back together, sort of thing. And when I first saw that, I
We
was
have one of
like,
those too.
oh my god, that is so cool. Okay, I want to be prepared so that I can help people.
Yeah, we have one of those. Like, there's a designated, at least one person at every con that I go to, I see who like does cosplay repairs, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you're the real one here. You're the real trooper out here.
Right? You're the star of this con.
Literally.
Oh,
I've noticed
man.
that like more and more bigger cons, they have like designated areas specifically for repairing cosplays, which I think is a really cool addition to conventions,
Yet
like
to
outside
see
of people that
that.
have stuff.
Yeah.
But like,
I have yet to see that at
um,
any of the cons that I go to, but
Did
really,
I think I
PAX
saw
have
it
yeah,
one?
in Expo last
I've
year.
seen it a few times.
Yeah. I feel
it's
like
not
I
at like
saw one at
every con.
PAX.
Usually it's
I've
at bigger
heard,
ones, but
yeah,
it's really cool because they'll have like all sorts of materials, like literally everything you can think of. The last con that I had one had like a huge area and it was like scissors, tape, hot glue, hairspray, pins, needles, like literally everything you could possibly need to fix your cosplay was there, like double-sided tape. I was there for like half the day because I was in a Genshin cosplay and everything was breaking.
Oh
But it was
god.
so helpful.
oh,
I was gonna say, I'm
But it
sure
was
Aisha
so
knows that
helpful that it
feeling.
was there. I was glad to have that resource, and I think that it's so lovely when people have like smaller stuff, but also it's really like good and beneficial when the cons themselves like set aside that area so people
Yeah.
can get what they need.
Because, like, it's
It's
gonna
very
happen,
helpful.
and not everyone comes prepared with a spare change of clothes either. Like, if they
Mhm.
start the day with their cosplay pretty sturdy, generally, like, especially me, I generally don't take spare clothes. Because,
neither
like,
do
I'm gonna
I.
be like, you know what, I'm going to the con for, like, this amount of time. I'm going there in cosplay. I'm gonna spend all this effort. I'm not gonna just go and take the cosplay off halfway through being there. Like, so to
Yeah.
have those repair
Yeah.
stations, it's a really good thing, because then, like, all of a sudden you're gonna have someone exposing themselves accidentally because their cosplay's just falling apart if they, like, you know.
I think the first time I'm ever gonna be bringing a spare change of clothes to a con is gonna be at Fan Expo, but not to have a spare change of clothes. It's purely because I'm not riding the TTC because I've lived like I live like in the area, right? So I just take the subway down.
Mm.
I'm not wearing like a emu cosplay, like so a dress basically, like all the way downtown by myself because that's the day that because my friends are only going, like my friends who live here, they're only going one day. So I'm meeting up with my friends at the con. So that means I have to ride the subway by myself. So I'm not riding the subway in full cosplay by myself. That's like a hard no. So that's
Yeah.
the only reason why I'm bringing like a spare change of clothes. It's because I'm gonna wear my outside clothes there and then just change there.
That is very valid. Which that
I'm
I
lucky
don't
I'm
know,
staying in a
like-
hotel for that.
Yeah.
That
To be fair though, I live like an hour and a half away, so it'd be such a pain to drive
Oh,
there
yeah.
3 days in a row.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
stuff that. When we went to PAX, so PAX is in Melbourne and we're in Adelaide. We drove a full day over to the next state so that we could go to PAX for 3 days, and we ended up booking this huge Airbnb.
Yeah, that's like the better option because like
None of us
I'm
wanted
lucky
to
that
fly.
like I
Plus, it was cheaper to drive.
yeah, valid. I'm lucky that I live not in Toronto but like right beside it. So like and the three major cons that happen in Toronto. So it's like I just go home for the weekend or I'm home now for the summer, right? So like that was easy for Anime North and Fan Expo. But like because Comic-Con happens in March, so I'm not in Toronto in March. I just come home for that weekend and just be like, "Okay, I'm here to cosplay." And then just go
I
to the
have
con and
beef
then
with Comic-Con.
What? Oh yeah, I remember now. I was like, "Wait,
I was
what?"
like-
And what happened? I was like, "Wait a minute, what happened?" And I was like,
You
"No,
have
I
beef
remember
with
what happened."
Comic-Con.
Oh man, it was
Not
a
Comic-Con
situation.
itself, it was more like the people, like it was a whole situation with like other shitty people that
Yeah. Basically,
Yeah.
I got scammed out of a Comic-Con ticket. And I was told
Bruh.
that they were no longer
Oh.
going, and then they went without me using my ticket that I paid for.
Oh,
Bruh.
that's
it's okay because
Yeah.
Georgia ended up coming with me and it was great. We had so much fun.
Yeah, because I went to Toronto on the Saturday for the Saturday of Comic-Con. And then I was really distraught because I found out that they went out without me. So then my mom had to drive me to Toronto for the second day in a row. I'm like prepared so that I could go to
because, like
Comic-Con.
I was going Sunday already with my friends, right? Because this was like before, like we were like we didn't make plans to go together. And then Georgia was texting me. She's like, "Yo, like, keeping me updated on the situation." And I'm like, "Bro, if you can buy a Sunday ticket, like, you're more than welcome to come with us and like just hang out with me and like my friends." And that's what ended up happening. And we had a lot of fun. So like, it was worth it.
Bro,
It
it's
was
so
worth it.
shit when people do that with tickets to things. That happened to me with the
It was a-
Dan Howell tour.
Oh my god, I went to
remember
the
this.
Dan Howell tour.
Yeah, it happened to me there. I was meant to go with one of my ex-friends, and I gave them the money for the ticket, and they had bought both the tickets, and then we had a huge falling out, and then they didn't give me my ticket or give me the money back at all. So then Ishi ended up buying another ticket for me, and we ended up going together instead.
I remember.
I was
this.
lucky
I
with the
remember
Dan
That's
Howell tour because I was
ridiculous.
supposed to go with ex-friends, and then they canceled the one that we were going to because my venue in my city was broken or something. And then so my mom and my sister and me snuck off to the one in Toronto without telling the friends I was supposed to go with because I had already given them their money back. And then we just didn't tell them.
Oh my
And to
god.
this day, they don't know because I don't talk to them anymore.
Hell yeah.
I'm so glad because like I'm so glad though because like I never had cosplay friends, like IRL cosplay friends. All of them are like online and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so the friends that I have that live here, like we met in high school, and so my high school friends, like they're the ones who come to cons with me, but they don't fucking cosplay because they're fucking losers. So I'm like the odd man out, right? Like I'm the only one cosplaying, and it's just like. I mean, cosplaying by yourself at cons can be fun, but it's like it's even more fun when you have other people cosplaying with, and it's like they're
Yeah.
just not into it, which is fine. Like it's whatever. But I'm so
I
glad
always
because
feel
like
so
me
awkward
and
if I'm the only one
Georgia,
in the group.
yeah, because me and Georgia we met, and then we were both like, oh my god, we're cosplayers, and now I just drag her to cons. We go to cons together now, so it's like it worked out.
And we slay every time.
We do.
I think my
And
dog's
now I'm
about to try
dragging,
jump
like,
up on the bed.
my other university friends. I'm like, guys, start coming to cons with me and cosplaying, and it's like, so now I have a lot of people to cosplay with, and I'm so excited. It's even more fun when you guys are cosplaying from the same thing too, because it's like, I don't know, it's just something like just cosplaying from the same like source. It's just more fun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Matching cosplays is fun. I
I
like
had
doing that. I
so
don't know.
much fun when we did the Valorant cosplays, man.
Yeah.
I was, because it was my first like actual cosplay experience out at a con. It was so fun having like other people there cosplaying Valorant characters with me.
Like at Fan Expo last year, my friend group, we were supposed to do like a Danganronpa group, and then like they just never did it. So I was the only one dressed up at Danganronpa, and I didn't know what the rest of them were doing until they showed up, and I was like, oh, this is not what the plan was.
We
Yeah, your friends
originally
were
had a
weird,
plan
man.
to do a group Among Us cosplay.
Oh my
Oh my god.
Yo,
We were
I
literally
remember when
gonna
Among
try
Us
and
was
find.
trending, everyone was doing it.
Yes.
Yes, no, legit. We were
Everyone
literally
was
gonna try
doing,
and
like-
find the space helmets and everything, like to do the proper
Mm,
cosplay,
I think people
remember
got them at
one-
like Spirit Halloween.
which we don't
Yeah,
have in
people got them at
Australia.
Spirit Halloween. I remember
I was-
vividly like walking into a con and there were people in different colored like jumpsuits with the helmets on, and like I just had to look and then just turn and walk away because I could not process the fact that it was like Among Us. Like I just couldn't, like they were doing like a photo shoot too. I was like,
Some people
This is
had
kinda
some
wild.
really
Among
fire
Us
Among
stuff
Us
I've seen was
cosplays.
this guy dressed up in like one of those air suits.
Yeah.
And
God.
everybody was getting like he had a speaker and was blasting like the theme song too, and everybody was following him around.
Oh my god, that's so funny. It's like the best kind of cosplays. It's like those people in like those inflatable like costumes that I'm like, bro.
No, literally at my first PAX, so pretty much at the first PAX I went to, me and my online friends who I met up with, we pretty much spent the whole time in the Just Dance booth. And so,
over there.
so I ended up being like the top Just Dance player out of the 3 days, but I never won my prize, which is bullshit. But
No.
it was hilarious though, because there was one point where we all took a break and all of a sudden these 4 people came in to play Just Dance after us, and they were all wearing those inflatable dino T-Rex like jumpsuits, you know? It was like wait, if I can find the photo again, I've got it on my Facebook somewhere. Hold
Melbourne
on.
Con?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was the best.
I'm like trying to find this.
no, the inflatable dino cosplayers low-key carry cons. Like I don't know where I would
Right.
be without them. Like they're hilarious. I expect to see
Oh
at
my
least one a
God.
con. I
The
have like a
newest
cosplay
ones-
checklist, and I'm like,
like
I
bingo.
gotta,
Cosplay
yeah,
bingo.
like bingo, and I'm like, I guess every time, and my
Oh,
free
that's
space
right.
is always an inflatable dinosaur because I know they're gonna be there.
So I
I've
forgot
seen
the other
what
part
I've
to it.
seen is the primo gems. People cosplay as the primo gems. They just have the
Primo
outfit.
Yes, I saw
see them
that at
twice.
Fan Expo last year.
Oh
I saw them at Anime North a lot when we went, and the year before. I have the picture of them actually. Yeah, someone. I have a
People,
picture
it's
of
so
them
funny.
wearing a primo gem.
And then if you get enough Genshin cosplayers in the area, like around them, they'll start like bowing to the Primogem. Like
Yeah.
it's some for some reason that's just become the thing. Like if you're in a Genshin cosplay and you see a Primogem, you just know what to do. You're like hardwired.
And this was the guy that
I
I was
hope I
talking
see
about.
so many
He wears
Primogems.
this like huge suit of armor.
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't know what this is, but like, and he goes every year and it's the same guy. And I'm like, how the fuck are you not dying in this outfit? Like, it's like a
I mean,
full suit of armor.
I can imagine if you do it every year, you must like get used to it.
Yeah, you probably build
I
up the
guess.
tolerance to it.
Like, damn. And this one, because like that was con normally happens in May, but this was the year that it happened in July, and I'm like, bro, how are you alive right now?
So I've got some photos, and so I forgot the other part too.
Sailor Moon dinosaurs.
Yeah, they were Sailor Moon dinosaurs.
Oh my god.
So
That's
Oh my
actually
God.
incredible. Oh my
So,
god.
they were Sailor Moon dinosaurs that came and joined us on the Just Dance booth, and it was fucking
So funny.
hilarious watching them try and dance on that bloody stage. Like, but then,
I'm so sad I didn't get to
As
see
they should.
them.
but then, so I've got a photo of me that has been posted on the official Twitch Instagram account, and it has also been posted on
Oh my god.
Shelby
forgot about
Shovel's Twitter. So a streamer that me and this other random dude that I met in front of the booth, like that was the first time I met this dude here.
Mhm.
He was also wearing a horse mask, and I had just bought one about 10 minutes prior. And I saw him just standing in front of this streamer's booth, just staring at her with the horse mask on. And I was like, oh my god, I have to join him. So I put on my horse mask and stood in front of her booth. And she just kept talking about us on stream and kept laughing at us, just standing there staring at her. And so the Twitch account actually ended up posting the photo of us standing in front of the booth wearing the horse masks.
That's so funny.
And then she posted it on her Twitter as well. And we were both just standing there like, ah. So
That's
that was
so
my
funny,
very
actually.
first con experience.
Oh, that was your very first con experience, being in a
Yeah.
horse mask.
That was my very first con experience.
It
That must
should
be very
that's
like
the best.
memorable. Like
Oh, yeah.
my first con, I was in a horse mask and I posted on the Twitch Instagram.
I know, right? And, I
And
saw these
Shovel's
dancing
Twitter.
Sailor Moon dinosaurs.
That's
And
so
the Sailor
funny,
Moon
actually.
dinosaurs were the same con.
Yeah, it's all the same con.
That's
Nah, it sounds like a party. I would be
Um,
excited.
It was so good. And then, so that was the first con I went to, but then we never, because I lived in the north of Australia, it was always expensive to try and go, like, down south to go to, like, any cons. So I didn't get back to PAX again till last year. So,
Down south, in other words, the rest of the country.
yes,
'Cause
exactly.
Because you're a good
in the middle of
1,000 k's
nowhere.
from any other major city.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, in terms of Australia, I lived on the very northern point in the middle of nowhere.
I'm so glad I live in like one of the major or near one of the major cities, and I'm like, haha, I got 3 cons that happen in one city, and then if I want to travel, there's more in like nearby cities as well, which is great.
Yeah. The only one we
I
had.
got there's a lot of cons that happen here
I know.
that I get forced to go to.
I'm excited that I now live in Adelaide because we're closer to Melbourne, where all the cons are. Yippee! But in Darwin, because there is like nothing up there, the only sort of not really con they really have is called Geek Fest. And I've only been one time, and that was because one of my friends dragged me along with them. But I ended up doing like a closet Dean Winchester like type cosplay for being there. And because I even had like his amulet and everything as well. And my friend had made this really cool prop shotgun that they let me carry around for the whole time. So it was kind of cool, but I'm not going to show photos of that one because
Yeah,
full
you
face.
probably can't. Oh.
It's all coming full circle now. Doing that Dean cosplay, it's all coming full circle now with Connor.
Right. And now my partner has a Dean Winchester role.
It'd be like that sometimes, you know?
Alright, so I want to go on to another topic that we've got. We've sort of touched on it a little bit, but how do you guys stay safe during conventions, especially
I have
if you're sort
5
of in
cishet men that I drag around the con.
I mean, that's one way. But because I know, especially if, like, for people doing slightly more, you know, revealing cosplays. Like that was another reason why I didn't end up doing my Raven cosplay, was because I was scared that, like, you know, I was gonna get harassed a little bit. So how do you guys stay safe while cosplaying?
Uni is my scary
So-
guard dog.
I'm like 5'10". I'm like fucking like.
They're so
my-
much
okay.
taller than me. It's not even
wait,
funny.
hold on. My wig hair is getting caught. I'm like giant. I can't. Okay, hold on. I can't hear you guys right now. I'm fucking tall. I'm a really tall person.
I'm
So,
the
like,
same height as Uni.
I can't. Okay, I'm like 5'10", and like I've always been told people are scared of me. So, and I'm a resting bitch face. So like people are intimidated, but
You also don't
I
take shit from
also-
anyone.
True.
I don't. But also, before I was going to cons, I have my guy friends who live in Toronto. I drag them around to cons, so like I'm protected as well. But also I just like pick and choose like what kind of cosplays I wear, and like in public, because like I have Yumiko Jabami and I know I will never wear her to a con, because I know like from the anime that she's from and like the whole
She's
like
pretty
10 yards,
sexualized
it's
in
like,
the
yeah,
anime.
she's a pretty sexualized character, which is fine, whatever, and I don't mind cosplaying her like to post on TikTok and stuff like that, but like I would never wear her in public because I know that's like unfortunately an open invitation for
There
people
would
to
be
come and
some
be, like,
creep out
weird
there
to
who
me,
would come
right?
up to you and justify it being, oh, but it's her character. Like,
Exactly,
Yeah, and that's so
right? So I'm like,
frustrating because it feels like you can't wear a lot of like your favorite female characters to cons, or else you're
Right.
just setting yourself up for harassment. Because I did Mew from Danganronpa last year, and the amount of just like teenage boys and like men who did not know how to conduct themselves that just like approached me for photos, and I was like, of course it was my first con, so I didn't know how to say no to people. So it was just like really awkward, and I did not enjoy like cosplaying her at a con. And there's so many like female characters that I would literally never do at cons because I just don't want men to be around me.
I was like so nervous when it came to cosplaying Viper because it's a skin tight bodysuit, and I'm not a particularly very skinny person either. So I was like terrified to do Viper at the con, but I was just happy that like I had my friends all around me and everything. So thankfully the only people that really came up to like get photos were other cosplayers. But it was like I was still so nervous. Like I kept looking around and I kept seeing so many like, you know, creepy Discord mod guys like walking around and just
ugh.
like staring, and I kept being like, okay, yeah,
I
can we
think we
go?
definitely had some like creepy people, like not like kind of come up. Like we had some like definitely like creepy people to come up to us to like ask for pictures, but like they definitely didn't try anything. Like, like, and I think that's purely just because like of like how scary I am at cons, because I'm like, because I don't like I'm not afraid. It's a thing of like I'm afraid to step up for myself, but like if I have friends involved, I'm not afraid to step up for my friends and like ask for shit for them. So it's like when like I don't take shit from other people in the sense of like to protect my friends that I'm with. So like
Yeah. Literally the
which
day
works
that
out for me as well because like, you know, I'm protecting both of us in a sense, but like
exactly. No, literally the day that I did the Viper cosplay, for the whole rest of the con, Connor was pretty much like just off doing his own thing, like hanging out with other people. But the day that I did the Viper cosplay, I was like, okay, look, I need you to be with us and I need you to do your Yoru cosplay with us because I'm not gonna stand here and risk getting harassed. I need my 6'5" boyfriend to be here to protect us.
basically, yeah. You just need that one scary guard dog friend
Yeah.
to like scare
Like,
off
he doesn't
everybody.
look scary. He is the literal, like, definition of golden retriever. But he's 6'5", so at least the height is enough to intimidate people.
Yeah. Oh, same, and especially because I was wearing heels that day. Now that I'm remembering, I was wearing heels when I was wearing Miku.
Yeah.
So I was a solid like 6 foot. So like people were not coming up to me to like
Yeah,
start
I didn't
shit
realize
with
that you
me.
were 5'10", so I came in like heels, like platform heels as well, and I was like, oh my god, maybe I'll be as tall as Uni, and then I was not. I wasn't
I
even
was
close.
wearing well, because I was also wearing heels, but
It's kind of
So-
great because me and Uni are, like, basically the same height. So
I think you're an inch taller than me. Aren't you 5'11" or something like that?
no, I think I'm closer to 5'10".
Oh, okay.
I feel like you might be slightly taller.
No, I'm actually shorter. I'm like 5'9 3/4", but I just round up to 5'10" because
I
like
mean, I'm like
I'm
5'9"
not.
and a half. I round up to 10. So.
Oh my god. Okay, so maybe I am taller. We'll find out when we meet up
Yes,
eventually.
exactly. We'll have to actually meet up to find out.
Real. Stay tuned next time.
Next year, surely.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Uh,
But yeah, that's basically how like, and I also just like don't open myself up to be like in a vulnerable position where people can come up and like start shit.
mm,
Because I find like con creeps definitely like try to go for the more vulnerable people, which sucks because it's like what the fuck, like
yeah.
leave people alone. But like, if you just like, I don't know, it's definitely hard though. But to have a friend, definitely like I would suggest not going to cons. Like that's like, especially if you're cosplaying a female character,
Yeah.
because that's like floodgates for like, oh, everyone's gonna come up to you and start sexualizing you and start being weird to you, and you're not like, and if you're not strong enough to like say no to people or like protect yourself in that way, because some people are and some people aren't, then like you're better off just like going with a friend or like even a parent. Like when I first was going to cons, I brought my mom with me
No,
because like I
same.
was so young, I couldn't go by myself anyways, like my parents wouldn't let me. But like I was like, I don't have friends to go with, so like I'll just ask my mom to come with me, and like
It
my
was the
mom
same
went.
with me. I literally dragged my mum interstate to go to a con because it was like we didn't have any cons in Darwin, and mum, I was like 15. Like, actually, yeah, no, I was 15. I had turned 15 a few months before. So it's like mum wasn't letting me travel to go and meet up with my online friends by myself.
Yeah. It wasn't until like I met like in like high school, like when I had my IRL friends, I was like, "Hey, do you guys want to come to cons with me?" And they're like, "Sure." And then I started going with them, and then now I go with my now I go with Georgia, and then I'm gonna go with my university friends as well. Now, so
I
it's
just
great.
go with online friends because now my mum has met enough of my online friends that she trusts them all, so I just travel myself to go with them.
I mean, I've met up with like TikTok mutuals that I have. That's like the closest I've ever had to like meeting up with online friends at cons.
I've met
Purely
up with
because most
so
of my
many.
online friends live in the States or like somewhere else. Like no, none of my friends live in Canada. None of my internet friends live in Canada.
It was really cool. I used to be friends with a server developer for Minecraft, and I met up with him at PAX as well with my other friend, and we both had like our foam Minecraft diamond swords, and we just went up, like stuck up behind him, and just started whacking him with them. Um, but he's
That's
he's
so
a pretty
funny.
cool guy. But he since like then, like we haven't really spoken in a few years at all. Um, but since then, he ended up becoming like one of the developers for MCC and stuff as well. So he's actually
Wow.
done like really good for himself.
All right.
Uh,
That's not bad.
As he should.
I know, right? As he should. Australians need to get some kind of recognition. Uh, all right. I would like to ask another question, but I'm going to direct this one to you, Glix. Um, this was something that you mentioned wanting to talk about. And that's, being a person of color in the cosplay community. And how, like, I don't know, different experiences maybe.
Yeah, no, I just kind of wanted to touch on that because I know a lot of times, like people ask about cosplay, but then they don't generate, like sometimes they just don't have a person of color's perspective on it. And I feel like
Mm.
the experience definitely varies, as a result of being a person of color.
Because I've heard a lot of
So I
stories from a lot of people who have gone to cons and they're like,
Yeah,
yeah,
same.
no.
Yeah, yeah. In cons and online, both, it's just it's kind of a whole different like ballpark, especially being like a femme presenting black person. So I have to deal with like the sexualization and the racism, like
Mm.
pick a struggle. No, really, like
Literally, honestly.
it's kind of insane actually.
I see it all the time just like scrolling on TikTok. Like I'll see a really
Yeah,
beautiful
same.
cosplay from a person of color. And it's very obviously a character that's not originally a person of color. And I'll go to the comments to like see, and it's so many people being like, "Oh, like why are you cosplaying this character? Like they're a white character.
This
Why are you
character
cosplaying
isn't this
them?"
color.
You want to know what's so funny?
And it's
I see
insane
that
because
all
a lot
the
of times
time. Sorry, I was just gonna say I see that a lot of the times for like anime characters who are Japanese, and then I'm like, so where is this energy for the white people cosplay? Because they're not like the white people are not like Hatsune Miku's Japanese. I'm not Japanese. I'm white.
No,
Where's that same
literally.
energy for us, right? You know? So it's like they fucking pick
Double
and choose, and it's so
standards.
stupid. Literally, yeah. And it's like,
yeah,
like okay, we see the racism.
it's
You
just
can
like
we
an
see it.
odd double standard because half of them aren't or half of them aren't white. But if you say that, then this is radio silence. Nobody cares.
But
Legit.
But
well, it
yeah,
doesn't
I've
matter. Like,
literally gotten called slurs for cosplaying characters. Like
Oh
it's
my
kind of
god.
insane.
Kill him.
I've been called every
Kill
slur
him.
under the sun as a
I'll kill
result
him.
of cosplaying a character, and it's like
murder.
actually insane to me how mad people get that I'm
Right?
cosplaying a
I've
character
seen
that's
so
not
many people
like
get so mad at these people, and it's like, whoa,
And it's like,
okay, why?
Over what? Over a fucking hobby? Like, sit the fuck.
Legit.
Like, buddy, there's more things in this world that you should be getting mad at than one person cosplaying someone and they're not accurate or like whatever the fuck you want to say. Like, who cares?
No, you
I'd
know-
like you
Like,
to
let
see
the-
you.
let the- let
half
everyone
these
have
people,
fun
they're
when it
not even
comes to
fucking
fucking-
cosplayers.
no, you guys know
I'm like,
well,
what
a
I'm
my
lot
not
of times
theory
serious.
is?
it's not cosplayers. It's just like randos,
Literally,
that
I'm
want to
like-
be obnoxious. That want to bring people
Right?
down because they're racist. Like point blank. Period. That's just what's happening.
No, my big
Literally,
theory
they use
is
the-
that people get mad at cosplayers who are not white because they just slay in the cosplays way more than the white people do.
My only advice for them is to shove it up their ass. That's all I can say. Keep your opinions to
Jay, it's
yourself. Don't bring other people down because you have a miserable fucking life that you can't deal with.
Legit.
Literally.
No, really.
And there's one thing I've noticed a lot on TikTok is that like this is always kind of happened, but I've noticed it a lot more in the like past few months is like people will use their regular hair for cosplays now, which is like fine, but I've noticed that when black people do it, they face like so much
Right?
like backlash
Oh, and
because
the
it's
other one
not
I've seen
canon.
is,
And then when other people do it, they're like, "Oh my god, this is so amazing! You don't need wigs to cosplay." And it's like, where is the like, what is this double standard? It doesn't make
no,
any sense.
I see it as well
Right.
with people who wear the hijabs and they
Yeah,
turn
same.
them into their wigs. And I've seen so many people be like, well, isn't that pointless? Why can't you just wear a wig over your hair? Like, it's like that they're not accepting
Not the
people
point.
having these really awesome differences to their cosplays, like using people's natural hair or using their hijabs. If it's different, everyone's like, no.
Yeah, and I
Because
love
people
seeing
love
those
to say
stupid.
people love to say that like cosplay is for everyone, da 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 da, cosplay's for everyone, this and that. But the minute
then when
someone
it's
personalizes
actually-
their cosplay to be them, then all of a sudden it's a big hubbub and a big
I
issue.
know.
Like cosplay's
And
for
it's like,
everyone unless you're not in this box that we have for cosplayers.
Cosplay is
So-
for everyone unless you're not a conventionally white, attractive person.
Literally. And it's like, and I'm like sitting
sorry
here and I'm
to-
like fuming. Because it's like I've
Sorry to
seen so
turn this
many
away from like the conversation,
Oh.
but that's also like a very big thing with like the cosplay community. Including with someone that I've come across, it's a very big thing about how like pretty culture.
Yeah.
Like you have to be pretty to be this certain character, or you have to be this and that, and it's just like just shut the fuck up.
That's why
You don't
I've
have to
been
be anything.
afraid
If you want to
to
cosplay the character,
cosplay
do it.
certain characters because I'm not a skinny, conventionally attractive person. So I'm always like terrified to cosplay different characters because I'm like, this people are not gonna like me.
I mean, people may not like you, but at the end of the day, who cares? Like, maybe you'll get a comment or two about it, but at the end of the day, cosplay is a hobby that is meant for people to enjoy themselves, the people that want to cosplay whatever character you want, whatever character under the sun. If it
Exactly.
makes you happy, you should do it. And like maybe you'll get a comment or two about it, but at the end of the day, guess who's winning? Not the person wasting their time insulting you. Definitely not. It's you who's
Exactly.
rocking the cosplay, regardless of how you look or how how other people are
I-
perceiving you.
I love it when I see people who like personalize their cosplays to like fit like whether it's like their like ethnicity or like religion or whatever to like fit that stuff. Like I've seen like a lot of people like cosplay a very popular one for some reason is and I enjoy it. I love it whenever I see it is people cosplaying Death the Kid, but they would do like an afro instead. And I'm like that's so like cool to like incorporate like your hair and like your like culture into like cosplay because I'm like you're like it like it makes you different because it's like you can throw a wig and a costume at like 100 people and like they'll all just look like copy and paste of themselves but like the whole point of cosplay is to like take a character and make it your own and like make it special so it's like when you incorporate stuff about yourself into the cosplay I feel like that makes it like so much better and so much more fun.
That's why I always loved doing like my OC cosplays. Because it was so fun just getting to like be there on TikTok and do like all these really fun acting things because there was a lot of drama going on in the lore of my character. Like
Rain loves lore.
I do. I love drama. I don't just love lore, I love
Drama.
drama.
I live for the
Well, that's
drama.
why our TFO lore had so much fucking drama, so much betrayal
Right.
in it.
Yeah, Uni betrayed me, guys.
I threw him off the
Wow,
castle.
Uni, how could
Yippee!
When I blew up the castle after you took it.
Yeah. We're lovingly married. Love my husband. I might have to take this wig off. I might have to go wigless because I feel it's compressing.
If you need to do that,
Everything
bestie, then
fucking
do it.
I might have to. Okay,
A wig
I'm gonna take
headache
my
is
wig off.
actually killer. Like,
That's why when I did my
It's
Viper cosplay,
terrible.
I just dyed my hair black for it. Because I was like, yeah, my hair's about the right length. I'll just dye my
that's
hair
a
black.
commitment. Oh my god.
No, you don't understand.
As you
I have been through so many different hair
Rain
colors
dyes their hair
that
so
if
much.
there
But
is
like dyeing your
anything-
hair black is
Yeah.
always like really annoying to get rid of though. Like if it was
Bestie,
another
it
color,
was
I'd be
black
like,
for
okay.
about 2 months, and now I've been blonde again since.
Is your hair okay?
No.
I have not.
Rain.
I
No.
have not seen my natural hair color in the last 6 years.
I mean, same.
I have gone through pretty much every color of the rainbow except for yellow, and I've been blonde for the
blonde?
last like 2 years. But even then, I've gone like a couple colors in between, and
That's wild.
it's so bad. But literally, if there's any character that I want to cosplay, I'll just wait till my hair is like about the right length so I can style it, and I'll just dye my hair.
Okay, wigless Miku now. Because good fuck, I could feel it digging into my skin here so
Oh,
bad. We're gonna
God.
ignore. I'm not putting the wig. Dude, I have to restyle this wig anyways. It's fine. We're just gonna ignore it. I mean, it was a disaster. I was not ready for this.
There is no way I'm restyling
the wig headache is like it's another level of pain. And like sometimes it like creeps up on you, like it doesn't hurt, and then it hurts all at once. I'm like,
I
dude.
can feel it, like it hurts here and like here, and I'm like losing my mind right now. It feels so bad. And sometimes I can like get around it. Like when I go to cons, it's typically okay. But I can't find. I have so okay. Cosplayer problem. I have so many of these fucking things. So many. I have so many of them. I start giving them away to my friends. I'm like, here, take them. I don't need so many. I have 3 on my desk. I have more in that cart over there. I have them scattered, right? But these new ones that I got are like so much tighter. So like they're like compressing my head versus my older ones, which they're looser. But I don't know where they are. So
I think it's another
We
reason
suffer.
I don't really mess with wigs anymore is because I grew up as an Irish dancer, and though I don't want to go through the pain of having those wigs on my head again.
I will say if you take like Advil like 20 minutes before you put a wig on, usually by the time you put the wig on, it'll be good, and then like you have to take it before the pain sets in, though, the next time you take it. But
It's
it's
the
like it works.
prevention.
That's how I get through like really long con days without ever having to like take off, adjust my wig, anything. I'll do like 20
It's
minutes
the
before
prevention, not the cure.
Yes.
See,
Yes.
my thing
There
is,
is no I mean
there is no cure. But I find that though, it's not the wigs that give me headaches. It's the nets, like the wig
Really?
caps. Yeah, this is like I could feel
How
the
big
wig
is your
cap.
head,
That's what was
bestie?
dude. Don't I have so much hair? That's why. So it's like I can't
Same,
fucking get it
bro.
all in there.
That's why
So
my
it's like-
hair is short. I cut all
Do
my hair off
you- do
because I've
you-
got too much of it.
do you like braid your hair or anything before you put it in the wig cap? I feel
No.
like that may help. Like if you flatten it in
I
some
find
way,
that,
shape, or form,
though,
like
when
pin curl it or something of that sort.
Maybe
Pin curl,
when I braid it though,
braids.
it's fucking like it like it, you can see it in the wig where my hair gets, because I have I have curly hair, so it's like very fucking hard. Like it's not easy, but it's specifically these wig caps that are giving me an issue though.
There's also other
So-
types of wig caps, like the net ones, or are those the
These
net
are the
ones?
these are the
Then there's the other ones that are like the stocking caps.
Yeah,
there's,
which
like the
I've
net
used.
ones that like
That may be better
it's,
for
I
you
find
if
that it's
those
not the
hurt.
net ones. It's specifically these ones though, because the the band that you put against your head. This one's
Mhm.
like too small. But I
Mm.
have a different one. I just can't find it right now. That's bigger and that like doesn't give me a problem. It's these new ones that I'm specific. Oh, I just turned off my monitor. Uh-oh.
Oh. Yeah, it's
see.
definitely important, especially if you're gonna
Okay.
wear anything for like a long period of time, that it's like the right size for your head. And that also goes for
Yeah.
like wigs, like adjust the straps in the back so it's not too tight or too
I
loose.
don't
it's not, like,
hook the
falling off.
straps in the back. I
You,
just
does the Miku wig doesn't have it, or
no, it does, but I don't hook
I
them.
just
Like,
never
I
use
don't-
them. They give me headaches
Yeah,
faster.
I don't use them either. Because these like they have them and I just leave them loose. Like I don't hook them.
I mean, you don't have to hook them.
Yeah, I
I
don't
just noticed.
either.
Yeah,
I don't, because
helps
if I
you-
hook them, then they're gonna be too tight. My head's fucking
It
huge.
just helps you keep it on your head, but also you could just bobby pin it, and it does the same
No,
thing.
I find they stay on my head really well. It's just
just
to
have a big
tighten
head,
them, right?
bestie.
Because like I do. It's because you're supposed to like tighten them to make it smaller it's just like adjustable to like the size of your head, right? But I find that if I hook them on, it's too tight, so I just don't hook them and they sit perfectly fine on my head. So I'm like,
I mean, if it works,
It's
it
okay.
works.
for real.
Whatever works.
Is it a little bit scuffed? Probably.
Griffin, do you want up?
Oh, my dog's being attention whore.
Do
Okay.
you want up?
Milo's downstairs wreaking havoc. I can hear it. He still can't
Your
climb the stairs.
feet
He's just
are
a little
very
behind.
wet, Fufa. Okay.
So
You're the one cuddling her, so that's not my issue. Okay.
stolen your puppy.
Okay. The other topic, which probably the last main topic that we haven't really
Is that where you're
touched
sitting
on?
now? Is that where you're sitting?
Can you shh.
No, talk to your dog. She loves me.
Okay. Probably the last topic that we haven't really touched as much or really on. Because I feel like we've pretty much covered most of the other topics just in our conversations. Is the differences between making your cosplays or like buying your cosplays. Because when I first started cosplaying, it was a really, like, I don't know if it's as much of a thing now through like the pandemic, but when I first started like getting into cosplay, it was a really huge thing where I would see so many people getting dissed on if they didn't make their cosplay themselves, if they bought it. So
The
I buy my
difference
cosplays,
is like,
I'm not.
I mean, you can make them, you could buy them. I think that it doesn't really matter, and there are some cosplays that I would make and some cosplays that I would buy based on my skill level and the money involved in either. I think that there has been a resurgence. Yet there was the era of people being like, "Ugh, you didn't make your cosplay." Elitists and like, dude, calm down. We're
Literally.
playing dress up. Please, my
We're
my
playing
sibling
playing
in
professional
dress
Christ.
up. Let us
Okay,
know.
leave us
We're
alone.
playing adult dress up. I need you to be so
We're
serious with
turning
yourself.
ourselves into Barbies. Like, just leave us alone.
Literally, like it's never that
Want to
serious.
feel
But I think like
pretty.
especially if you're starting out, if you're new and you're like thinking of coming to cosplay as a hobby, I would start with closet cosplays. There's like
Yeah,
been a
legit.
resurgence of people cosplaying with just things in their closet. Sometimes it's like they'll just wear a casual outfit that they think the character would wear. Sometimes it's tying different articles of clothing around to make it seem like different sashes or trinkets on a character's outfit. But it is way cheaper, and then you wear the clothes in any arrangement outside of the cosplay. It's a great, gateway to see if like this is really something that you are willing to drop money on, because some of these cosplays are expensive to make
Right.
and to buy, and it's
Yes.
ridiculous. And
I remember
closet
I was
cosplays
on-
are so god
I
tier.
was, I was scrolling on TikTok and someone was like cosplaying Poe, and I was like, oh my god, such a good Poe cosplay. And then they start like stripping the layers of like showing how they got their Poe cosplay together. And it's like a long sleeve white shirt. They have like a cardigan that they tucked into like a weird like thing. And it's like, I was like, I didn't even expect this. I was like, it was like such like a closet cosplay of like just shit that they pulled out of their closet. But it looked so like accurate and like canon. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, I was like, what the fuck happened? Right? But it's so cool to like see that, right? And as someone who like, because I buy my cosplays, I would never be able to make one because I don't have the skills behind it, and that's okay because like
Same.
not everyone is gonna be like masterly seamstresses to like be able to like make their cosplays, and there's no shame in like buying your cosplay.
Yeah.
It's like if you have the money for it, like go ahead. And also I find an issue of people like complaining about like the quality, right? They're like, oh, your like cosplay is like it's like such a cheap quality. It's like, well, maybe that's all they could afford because it's not a fucking cheap hobby.
And because
Right?
like making your cosplay a lot of
Right.
times can be way more expensive
It
than
can be more
actually.
expensive than just buying it.
Yeah.
A lot of the
like,
times it
way
is more expensive.
Like, dude, imagine this cosplay was like $80 on wherever I bought it, right? Making something like this probably would be even more expensive just because of the material, because it's like this weird like plastic material,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, you would have to like whatever, right? So it's like sometimes it's cheaper to like just buy it off of somebody or like somewhere like whatever the store than making it yourself.
Especially with Genshin cosplays, because they're like already $150, like on the cheap, low quality end. Like not everybody has that like automatically. And making Genshin cosplays, most people who make them have like 3D printers, resin printers. I'm like, I don't have the
Mhm.
money for any of that. So boo hoo if my Genshin cosplay looks like it's cheap, because it wasn't.
Legit though.
Yeah,
Exactly. Like I was gonna say, don't get me started with Genshin cosplays. They're so fucking
Oh
annoying.
my god. I'm
Genshin
so
cosplays
lucky that I
would be
have
like
Genshin.
a section on their own.
I'm so
They're-
lucky I
they're
haven't.
so
I've
annoying.
yet to buy one, purely because of like I know if I want to get one, I have to go for like Doki Doki quality, because it's like
Yeah, I'm so
anything
lucky that
less,
I have
it's like
2 Doki Dokis, but I did not pay for them.
missing
They were
pieces,
gifts.
like missing pieces, shitty, like just made, because like if you go, because Genshin cosplays are so complex, right? At a certain point, you're hitting a threshold of like, yeah, you're buying it for way cheaper, but you're also sacrificing like accuracy, because it's
Yeah.
like shit's gonna be missing, shit's gonna just not gonna be right. So I'm holding off on buying a Genshin cosplay because I'm like, listen, for that kind of money, I can buy like 2 to 3 cosplays versus the one, right? So I'm like,
I hate it. I don't
And
even
including
play
Doki Doki
Genshin.
is so expensive.
I don't even play Genshin. Yeah, I see so many cool Genshin cosplays on my TikTok, and I'm like, I want to cosplay, but I don't play.
Behind the
you don't need
scenes,
to-
they are
Don't fall
crying.
into the trap. It's so I used to be like in like 2021, almost all of my cosplays were Genshin cosplays, and I would not wish that upon my worst enemy. That was actually horrible.
I'm so
It
glad.
is
My
I
main
horrible.
media
have,
for
like,
cosplaying right now is Genshin.
Genshin, yeah.
Oh, I'm praying for you. Oh my god.
I've
main
been only
cosplay-
posting 3 because I used to only have 3, right? And Miku was the newest edition. When I first started, like when I like started cosplaying more often, I was rotating between Yumiko and Nene because those were the only two cosplays I owned.
Yeah, they're like the two
And
main
then, like-
TikToks I see you post.
And that because that's all I fucking have. And then recently I got Miku and started doing that. And so now it's the three. And then since I just have Atsushi and Emu, but I haven't been able to Emu the dress was too big, so I gave it to my grandma to like sew it, to like make it smaller so it actually fit in my chest. And the wig's just chilling out there waiting. And then I have Atsushi, but I have yet to do him as well because working full time and coming home at like 9 p.m. is not like there's no time for me to cosplay. So, and I'm moving in a month, so I'm trying to pack on the weekends and get everything ready for that. So, it's great.
Probably the main reason why I'm not cosplaying as much now is for the fact that I don't have my own space, so I don't really like cosplay very easily now. And now my dog is just staring at me.
I used to actually, fun fact, when I first started cosplaying, I would post on TikTok and I would film. I have a lovely window right here. I would film in front of that window because I have nowhere. That was the only time because my ceiling light. Well, I don't have one right now because it broke. But there's a hole in my ceiling just chilling. My light is in the middle of my room, so I can't film anywhere because then the light is coming from the back, right? No matter where I prop my phone up. I would have to prop my phone like in the middle of my room, but I don't have the middle of my room is right here. Where am I gonna put it, right? So I would film in front of my window during the day, because that was the only time I got light. And then eventually, when I moved to university, I invested in like a tripod to like with a ring light, so I could film like anywhere. Because when I moved into my second place, I didn't have anywhere to film because there was no ledge, nothing to like lean it up against. So. Eventually, I bought a tripod after like 3 years of cosplaying.
I used to use my old music stand, like my sheet music
God.
stand, as my tripod.
I used to use my
So-
desk.
I guess.
Or my window.
I stand, so. Yeah, I used to use my window and now I use my tripod and I just like push it up against the wall so like you just see like the post or like the wall behind me. And then I use like LED lights in the back to like as character like lights.
Yeah, I had the same sort of setup when I lived back in Darwin. I got these
I had to actually
I was
buy,
gifted these really cool blackout curtains for my windows, so I ended up using them as like the background for my videos because they were just like plain black.
I actually had to buy puck lights because I don't have LED strips and I had LED lights in my apartment that I live for university, but I don't have them at home. So I ended up buying puck lights so I could do the background lighting. So I didn't have to spend like $40 on like new LED lights for a place that I don't live in often.
Mm.
I don't live here full time. This is like I live in my university town full time, so the life of a university student, you gotta do what you sometimes.
You gotta do what you gotta do, for sure.
Simply hurry up and come back already.
A month, bro. I'm waiting, counting down the days to September 1st. Because I'm moving out. I'm moving back. And then that's when me and Georgia were planning on cosplaying IRL together more. So hopefully.
Literally, I have like no friends in my city, so I'm just desperately waiting.
It's patiently waiting for me to come back. Like, get back
Everybody
from
else
Toronto
lives so
already.
far away. I can't just meet up with them.
Yeah.
So I just went and scrolled back on my old cosplay account on TikTok. The first proper cosplay that I tried to put together was a kind of gender bent version of Oswald Cobblepot from Gotham. Because
Oh my god.
I had just been given a suit jacket and I had recently just bought like a really shiny like satin black long sleeve top and it was really cool. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get that. And then I managed to find a tie somewhere. So I just literally threw together this like makeshift Oswald Cobblepot thing and started doing TikToks to it. And that was like, I think that was the first time that I really had that much fun with my cosplay, because before that it was all just a whole bunch of different like characters that I'd created with like other people, you know, for TikTok tags and whatever. Like I literally had a, like back at the time when it was all around cosplay TikTok, I had one of those mafia characters as well.
Me too.
And so that was like the first one that I actually tried to put together and actually tried to look like the character. So that was so much fun, and I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. I would share it to the stream, but I wasn't a faceless
I think
creator
my
back
first
then. So
cosplay was Kirishima, and then I quickly got Kazuichi from Danganronpa, and those were the two cosplays I had for the longest fucking time. And I did like nobody else. And then I eventually like started getting more, like I got Nene from Toilet Bound, and then I got Yumiko, and then like I'm slowly growing my. I still don't have many cosplays for how long I've been cosplaying. I've been cosplaying since 2020, so it's been 3 years, and I own like maybe like 7 or 8 cosplays. Which like, and I'm looking at like cosplayers who are like, I've been cosplaying for 6 months and I own like 20 characters. I'm like, how the fuck are you? How?
At me next
like,
time.
I'm like, please, where are you getting all this money from? Because my parents don't pay for it, right? I have to pay for it myself, unfortunately. And again, it being expensive and you having like other thing, like I gotta
Yeah,
pay rent, bro. So like,
I'm very lucky that at like the start my parents paid for like my interests because they were like, well, because my sister was a golfer and that's very expensive, so they were like, okay, like I guess we can pay for some of your interests too, but now I pay for it all on my own, and it is very expensive.
now that I'm earning a bit more money, I really want to like actually start making some more of my cosplays, because I used to, like, my mum taught me how to sew when I was growing up, so we made like so many cool things together. So I really wanted to actually get into actually making some of my cosplays, which is what I was doing with Raven as well.
yeah, I wish I could like I'm just not good at it. I've tried. Like I've tried to do I'm not cosplays, but like I've tried to like sew and like do that. I'm just not I'm just not it's not my thing, which is okay. Like I don't mind.
It's okay, bestie. If I
Fine.
learn, I'll make your cosplays.
Oh my god, thank you. I'm still like learning how to style wigs because like I used to just like fucking like cut the bangs
No,
haphazardly and then just,
legit, I gave up on learning how to style wigs.
dude, having Kazuichi who has a widow's peak as my second cosplay, bro. That fucking widow's peak is like rock hard. It's like I glued it because I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's somewhere in my room. Actually, it might be in a bag somewhere. But it wasn't like my most like proud wig is probably my Emu wig that's sitting in the back right now because that's like the most like time and effort I've ever put into a wig. So
Mm.
but it's
Oh.
hard. But it's definitely easier because I used to not have like I didn't have any I had no all I had was a can of fucking hairspray. And I had a can of hair these were my tools. Craft scissors and a can of hairspray. That was it. And it wasn't until recently that I bought like I have a crimper now. I have proper like hair cutting scissors. I have like the proper tools to like be the basic tools to like be able to style wigs now. I like, dude, it was bad.
I'm still using my craft scissors.
Please genuinely invest in like actual hair cutting scissors. Like if that's like the one thing you're gonna buy, it's buy good hairspray and buy good like proper like hair cutting scissors.
That's
I bought
why
everything except the scissors.
I was
Yeah, that was the bad
glad
idea.
because when I first started trying to style wigs, I like we literally already had everything that you needed that was like proper for being able to do it. So I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm set.
Yeah, I'm like just buy like got to be glued to hairspray is like the thing that everybody uses because it's like a different, like it's glue based instead of like whatever hairspray is normally made out of.
Mm.
That, buy good like proper like hair cutting scissors and like a $20 crimper off of Amazon and you're set. Like you're good to go. That's it.
You don't
Like
even
that's
need
all
a
you need.
crimper if you have a good comb.
Yeah, that too.
True.
Yeah, like back teasing, back combing. But I guess like because with the reason why I say crimper because it's easier to like heat style stuff and like
That's
do
true,
curls.
but it's also
So
not
like
like necessary. So it's like
it's
it's
definitely
it's
not.
easier for sure, but like some people like don't have the money for like a crimper when they first start. So
Yeah.
I just said like
Well,
as an alternative.
I mean like that's why I said like cheap crimper. I bought my crimper $20 off of Amazon. Like, so it's like if you like, I mean, obviously you can make do with what you have at home, but I'm like, if you're gonna buy anything for basics and like you can afford to, like those are like the top three, like
Mm.
you know,
Yeah,
or
like
even a
if you
hair
have an
straightener. Honestly, if your mom has a hair straightener, fucking raid, dude. I raid my mom's like bathroom. I'm like, where the fuck is all your
I'm
shit?
using my mom's hair dryer from the 90s.
Oh my god.
Oh
Yeah,
my
because I
God.
don't straighten
You
my
can't turn
hair
it on the
myself.
highest heat setting or it shuts down.
That's great.
Oh my God.
Fire hazard. These are
Yeah,
cutting
it's probably a major fire hazard, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
These are cut. Oh my god, you could see the red line.
No, that was literally me after Viper because she's got the armbands for like over her shoulder.
This was me at the con. Like I was like there, and I was like, it's cutting off the circulation in my fucking things, and now I just have like lines.
I just had like
It's
a
okay.
band of sweat around my arm on top of the fucking like
Don't fucking get me started running on
jumpsuit, like
sweating at cons. I come
No.
home, my entire like I'm wearing plastic to a con, and I'm just like water everywhere.
No, it's really bad for me because ever since I was a baby, I tend to sweat more than
Oh, same.
anyone else.
I have a condition.
Like,
I
yeah.
have a condition where I sweat more like than a normal person.
For me, I don't know if it's actually a condition, but basically the doctors fucked up my health when I was born. So I have like a lot of health complications. And I
remember
sweat
this.
so much more than the normal person sweats. So when I was wearing that Viper cosplay, even though it was cold as fuck that day and I was freezing my ass off, I was still just hardcore sweating. It was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. Being a cosplayer is so much fun. It's a lot of pain and suffering that goes through it, but it's fun.
For like
including
12
when you
minutes,
have
like,
soft
TikTok.
bodies.
Yeah.
It's that thing of there's no beauty without pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I thought I was past the days of like doing my makeup and like putting on costumes when I quit ballet. And then like
Same with
2
Irish
years
dancing.
later, I get like thrown back into it and I'm like, oh, this is like ballet, but just like with more steps
No,
and
that
less
is-
dancing.
That's
Well, not even
literally
because if
me
you
when
do,
it's Irish dancing as well.
the only thing I didn't do was wigs in ballet. That's the new.
We
That's the
did them
new
in Irish
addition.
dancing.
Yeah.
Alright, so is there any final topics you guys would like to talk about or anything? Because I feel like we've covered pretty much everything that we had listed.
I think I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah? Alright, well, I'm gonna end this off with a couple of final questions for each of you.
Oh, fuck. Fred killing us.
So, the two questions I have is, what do you guys think is your probably most well-known cosplay? And what is a cosplay that you really want to do next?
Next, like as in like the next cosplay, or just like
Yeah, like if there's a cosplay that you want to do like in the future, you know? Like
Well, I think I'm pretty well known for my Beto cosplay. I've done her to a lot of cons and gotten a lot of photos with people.
I think
But
I think I'm most well known for like my Maki cosplay from Danganronpa because I do her like constantly.
I'm most well known for my Yumiko cosplay because I do, or my Nene. There, because like I do both of them the most.
Yeah.
So like, I think those are like the two like cosplays that like people are like, like I know you whatever. So
I think my most well-known might either be Hatsune Miku or Celty Surlison from Durarara. I think those are the two that people recognize me for the most.
Okay.
amazing cosplay.
I feel like my most well-known cosplay was since it's been a while since I've really done any proper cosplay stuff. It was definitely one of it was my Mafia OC Skull. She was definitely my most well-known cosplay that
Were you
I
involved in that whole like mafia chain with that
yeah.
one guy? Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. That was such a time, wasn't it?
It really was.
I was
Oh
so lucky.
man.
I was more into like Danganronpa OCs. Saw that side
Are
of
you
like
lucky? Are you really? With
no.
Danganronpa?
I remember I was in like because the people would make like killing game accounts, right? For like where they would
I
get like a
remember
bunch of like
those.
and you would make OCs and then you would
You
all
would
like
make
post on one
OC.
Oh
account
my
and then you would like
god.
plan the story and shit like that. Dude, I remember that was yeah.
I
Saito,
can't
I
even
will
have
never
words
forget you.
for it.
She was the I remember her name. It was Saito and she was the ultimate chemist and I was supposed and
Ultimate
I remember this
chemist.
all. And also I remember I was supposed to get executed because I killed somebody and my execution was like being blown up in a lab. So it was great. It was a fun time.
Aw.
Oh man. Alright, and then I'll start off the cosplay I want to do next. I really want to so I'm sort of like between two of them. I really want to do a Technoblade cosplay,
Fuck yeah.
but I also really want to do my own stylized version of a King Boo cosplay from Mario.
Yes.
that would be so good.
He's the giant ghost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think okay, these are like not immediately next because if we're going to do like immediately next like in the near future, I'm probably going to do probably Blade or not Blade, sorry. Probably March 7th or Kafka from Honkai Star Rail. But I have like two like dream cosplays that I really want to fucking do, which is Star Guardian Zaya and Battle Bunny Misfortune, which is gonna take like not near future. Like this is definitely like maybe when I have a stable job and like actually a stable income, because those are gonna be very fucking expensive cosplays. But like those are like my two dream cosplays because I love them so much.
Mm.
I think my next immediate cosplays that I'm getting, which is for PAX in October. October? Jesus Christ!
Octopia.
We've been here too long. That's a
Let me
sign.
look that down. Which is in October. Kafka and Makima, which I'm getting
Oh,
sometime
Makima.
this month.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm getting Makima. She's gonna be the third day, I think.
You better send me
Yes,
photos.
she's gonna be the third day.
You
Okay, I
better send me
will.
photos.
The only reason why I'm cosplaying Makima is because I don't like her as a character. I just like her design.
She does have a really
Her
good
design
design.
is hot as fuck. But
Really.
her herself is
Surely I
amazing.
managed to come to PAX in October just by myself, and I'll just come and dress up as Denji.
Yes.
Sorry.
I've got the blonde
very
hair. I
rad.
just need to get the haircut.
But for future cosplays, I definitely want to do Tifa from Final Fantasy. She's been one of my dream cosplays for a while now.
Mm.
And Nico Robin from One Piece.
Oh yeah.
My next cosplay, I feel like I'm gonna jinx it if I say it, so I'm not gonna say it. But for the future, um, I there's a couple, like I said earlier, I started basically my whole cosplay thing with majority like Genshin and like Hoyoverse games as a whole, and I kind of want to take a step away from that and like focus on other games and anime that I enjoy instead of just cosplaying from Genshin. So there's a couple games that I want to cosplay from. Risk of Rain 2, I really want to cosplay Huntress, which is one of the characters you can play. Um, Suddenly I can't like think of the rest of them. Hello.
I feel that. I literally have a note on my phone so I don't forget.
Definitely
Oh,
want to
dude, I have a whole
cosplay
Excel
Krona
sheet.
from Soul Eater. Krona from Soul
Yes.
Eater
Oh my
is
god.
definitely probably
Please.
gonna happen in
Oh
the
my
near
god.
future. Yeah.
I'm
There's two.
realizing now, I completely fucking lied on what my first cosplay was. In the 6th grade, I did a Maka cosplay. I'm a fucking liar. That was my first ever cosplay I ever did. I want to see if I might still have the scythe because I bought like a scythe from like Spirit Halloween and I painted it. I don't know if I
Oh,
still have
that's
it
so
though anymore. I
cool.
might not have it anymore, but I really want to like eventually do her again.
Yes, I
Or
think
like
you
full
should.
circle
Oh.
it.
Oh, I also want to do Black Star again. I did Black Star, but I
Oh
want to do him
fuck
like for
yeah.
real, because I
As you should.
cosplayed him last time.
I
Yeah.
love Soul Eater. Best anime. Fuck you,
I
Bone
love
Studio, but
Soul
best
Eater.
anime. Fucking,
No,
I
literally.
have beef with Bone Studio after Bungo Stray Dogs. I'm like, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Anyways, I'm normal. I promise.
I think my next cosplay. Well, I know what my next cosplay is gonna be, and it's gonna be Toya from Project Sekai because I owe it to him for him gracing me with his beautiful presence. Because
After
you don't
fighting
even
so
know what
long. I know. I know.
Uni knows. It was such a pain, but he deserves it. So he's gonna be my next one. And I also want to do I'll Hate Them from Genshin, and then I have a Kaya cosplay, but I haven't got around to using it yet because I got distracted by other Genshin cosplays. So those are gonna be like my next three. And Akito from Project Sekai too, because he's cool.
Oh yeah.
I also just remembered one cosplay that I really want to do as well. Is the new Valorant agent Deadlock. So I want to do her so bad for multiple reasons. For the fact that I am also Scandinavian and she actually looks very similar to my family. Like she looks like she could be a part of my family, honest to God. Um so I really want to do a Deadlock cosplay because I think I could really like pull that off really well.
Don't get me fucking started. I have a whole Excel spreadsheet of cosplays I want to do, and it's not updated. I have not updated this list.
I'm like
So
slowly updating mine.
I have to. I've not updated mine.
I have to
And
update mine for sure.
I keep like every time I
I
dye
know.
my hair a new color, I add more to my list for characters I could cosplay with that hair color. And another one I thought of with the blonde hair is Mikey from Tokyo Revengers.
Oh, do it.
Do it.
I've done
No, I keep
Shinichiro.
that in mind
Oh my
every
god.
time I dye my hair, or every time I get my hair braided. I'm like, okay, my hair's pink. Who can I cosplay that has
No,
pink
that
hair?
is legit me. Every time I dye my hair, I'm like, okay, my hair's this color. Who's a possible cosplay for this hair color? And I literally go and I search on Google like characters that have this hair color.
No, because sometimes I'd be
Yeah.
forgetting. Like, I was like,
No, I always
man,
forget.
I have blue hair. I wonder who has blue hair. Like, hello? You know how many characters have blue hair? Ridiculous. I just forget.
No, legit, same. My
I was
mind, I hyperfixate on so many things that when I dye my hair a different color, my mind goes blank for characters with that hair color.
Exactly.
it's I
Me
was so
too.
lucky that because my Dazai wig, because I have a Dazai cosplay,
Mhm.
the wig didn't fit me, and I still need to buy a new one. But I was so lucky that when I wear, like, I can wear him with my natural hair because it's like it matches because like brunette, and then I have like the little blonde pieces, so I'm like, oh, it's perfect. But I suffer with the wigs, as you can see. Oh, my camera's not focusing. There we go. I have wig heads everywhere.
That's kind of real.
Yo, Dollarama wig heads, they're fucking carrying me.
I think I've got some wig heads packed away in storage.
I
Oh,
have one in
wait,
my
no.
bed, and I
I
have
think
a
I've
lot of
ended
them in
up.
my basket.
I think what happened. Oh wait, no, I don't have mine. So I had two of them back
Oh.
in Darwin, and before we moved and sold the house, we hired a big dumpster for all of our stuff, like all the rubbish and everything. And I threw both the doll heads in there, but I remember like positioning them properly so I could scare my dad because he was home for the very rare chance he was home. And so I literally positioned these heads underneath, like, big slabs of wood and metal.
Yeah, I have like 8 of them. I have 8 wig heads.
Oh my god.
So
I need to get some
I
more.
think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They're just gonna count
And then
them
I
all
think I have
now.
like 7. Yeah, I have like 7, 8 in like my basket. It's getting to the point where like I gave one of my wig heads to my friend because he's trying to style a wig, and I was like, "Here, take my heads." I was like, "You can have them." I have too many.
Surely send them
But
to
then again, I own
Australia.
a lot of. I own a lot of wigs, so like, and
Very
you
valid.
can't really like, and some of them you can't like. I would never put Emu in a bag. I might have to for con, but like I would never store her in a bag because like sometimes cosplays like you can't do that because you don't want to fuck up like the styling. But like,
Exactly.
but then I have no storage for all these fucking heads, dude. They're all like there's some like there's one there. There's another one hidden behind like this pile of like K-pop fucking paraphernalia, and then I have a bunch up there. So,
Good job.
and then my Emu is there because I was just styling her. So like, I need
I don't
space.
have enough space in my room for wig heads, so I have a Build-A-Bear that's literally wearing my Haruka wig right now because
I need
I
my
don't know
dad
where
to
else
like
to put
build
it.
shelves in this room. I need to like figure something out and get my dad to build shelves in here so I can like just store wig heads. It's bad. That's bad.
Oh my god. Alright, I think we're gonna end off. Before I go and end off the stream, I want to say thank you guys for joining me today. This was a really fun podcast to talk about. I've had a few of the earlier podcasts I've done. They're a bit more sort of on touchy subjects, so this was a fun one to do, getting to talk about cosplay. So before we end off, I would like to go back down the list and just you guys say where people can find you on social media again for anyone who may have missed the beginning. If you want to start again, Uni.
Okay. I'm UniX's like on Twitch and Twitter. I don't stream though, so like if you want to see my cosplay content, I'm shsl.kazuichi on TikTok. And yeah. I that's my most active social media is my TikTok, my cosplay.
It really
account,
is.
So like have fun with that.
Georgia, if you'd like to go next.
I am at Zinc Dummy on Instagram and TikTok, which is like zinc as in the element and then dummy Dummy. And I'm pretty active on both TikTok and Instagram. And that's it.
Glix, if you'd like to go next.
Hello. I'm not very active on my Twitter anymore, so my most active platforms are TikTok and Instagram right now, and I use the username SDKCos, so SDKCOS. That is where you can find me most of the time.
Awesome. And Aisha, if you'd like to end off.
My social medias, which is mostly just Instagram and TikTok, is both Bubba B. Yep.
Speedrunning following you guys.
And for me, I am found at Rainy Storm everywhere. I do not have a cosplay TikTok that is public currently, but if I face reveal one day, then maybe it will be.
Ooh.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm gonna go and end off the stream now.
All right. Bye bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
Awesome.